Morning everybody. Today I'm going to do a little demonstration, a little how-to video. I'm going to go through the necessary steps to repair a flat tire using a patch kit. It's a pretty traditional method. First step is to find yourself a nice pair of tire levers. I bought these quite a while ago. These are Pedro's tire levers, or milk levers I think they call them, because I think they're made out of recycled milk cartons. But these are super tough. I've had these for a while, and I've broken many tire levers, plastic ones. These have been great. They have not broken. You can buy metal tire levers, but I don't really like those. You can really run the risk of scarring up your rims. So stick with plastic if you can. If you can find these, I'm sure they're still available. Buy a set of these and you will not regret it. So to start with, you simply take this side of the tire lever. You see how it's hooked? Hook it in. Hook it into the bead of the tire. Lift ever so slightly, and you can see how it lifts the bead of the tire over the rim. And you take your second lever and you do the same thing. Never done it from this angle. Usually I have the wheel in front of me. And here we go. There we go. See how it lifts the bead of the tire off of the rim? And then you simply, whoops, you simply take your second lever and just walk it around the rim. Some tires are more difficult to get off than others. This one's pretty easy. So, see, popped it right off there. So just lift your valve out of the hole of the rim, pull the tube out of the tire, and there you go. You're ready for your next step. And start pumping. You have to figure out where the leak is in your tube. And there's different methods to do this. You could dip it in a tub of water and see where the bubbles come up. You could rub it with Dawn dish detergent and a little water to get the sudsy kind of effect, and when the air comes through the tube, it'll actually bubble it up more. That's one way I've seen it. Or you could just take your hand, or I like to actually put it up next to my nose and just feel where the air comes out of the tube. This one's pretty easy. It's not holding air at all. And I did find it a moment ago. See if I can figure out where it is here, and I'll show you all. Almost there. Here, I think I found it. Yeah, and as you can see, this is a, where are you at? Right there it is. Once you find where the hole is, I think you guys can see that, you want to clean the area really well. The way you do this, I have a spray bottle of isopropyl alcohol. Just spray it. Take a clean rag, clean shop rag, and just wipe the area. Get all the dust and dirt off of it and make it nice and clean. And we'll let that dry. So once that area has dried, you want to take a patch kit. Here is the Park Tool VP1 patch kit. And I actually took some of the patches out just to make it a little easier to get things out. But it has 4 round patches, 2 oval patches, which is what I think we'll need today, vulcanizing fluid, your glue, and a little sandpaper. Here's the round patches. There's one of the oval patches. So if you pop it open, okay, here's your vulcanizing fluid. Hope there's something, yeah, I think there's something in there. I've never used this thing. I bought it and I just haven't used it. Here's a oval patch that we'll use today, and a little sandpaper. So once you have the area clean, let's see, where is that? Right there. Take your sandpaper, rough up the area. Doesn't take a lot. Put that back in the kit. And what I like to do I actually like to clean it twice just to make sure. Now, if you're stuck out on the side of the road trying to do this, obviously carrying isopropyl alcohol around with you probably isn't the case. So you just have to rough it up and slap a patch on there and hope that it gets you back to your car or house or wherever you're going. So once that dries, we have it roughed a little bit. We cleaned it off again. I'm going to go ahead and pull the backing off of this just to get it ready. Oh boy, come on off there, you. There. See how that just comes right off there? Keep the plastic on the front. Pull off the aluminum foil looking stuff on the back. I'm going to set that there and keep that clean if you can. Now, there we go, I'll use that. Have your vulcanizing fluid. See how the end isn't punctured? Take the end of your cap, pop the end. There we go. And slather the glue or the vulcanizing fluid onto the area with the hole. Like I say, this patch gets pretty darn old. Since it's never been opened, it should come out. There we go. Truth be told, this is the first time I've done this in about probably 5 or 6 years. But mountain biking and road riding in the 90s, this was pretty common. I did this a lot. Okay. I couldn't get quite as much fluid out of there as I wanted. There we go. Just try to work it around enough area to cover your patch so your patch sticks nicely. I'm going to put the lid back on there. Lastly, take our patch, put it on the area. And one thing I like to do since I'm here in the shop, I'm going to take another park tool that's not meant for the job, but press it on there. Make it nice and even. Brand new tool, and I've already got vulcanizing fluid on it. That's okay though. This tool I'll be using in another video, hopefully coming up soon. So you'll want to do this for a couple minutes just to make sure everything sets in nicely. So I've let this dry for a couple minutes. It seems pretty solid. The next step I would say would be to pull this plastic cover off. You don't really have to do this. And I actually don't like to do it until I know it's completely dry, you know, and if I give it a long time. Because if you can see, you start pulling it back, you can see where the edge of the patch wants to come up. I don't really like to mess with that too much. I usually just leave it on because it's not hurting anything. So now I will try to pump it up. So you can see here's the end result. The patch is holding. Air is not leaking out. I am going to give this some more time to dry just to be sure. You can see, I think you can see, maybe, yeah, the edges are pulling up a little bit on that tube. But I'm going to give it a little more time to dry here before I stick it back in the wheel. So here you go. I pumped the tire tube up a little bit, and I like to do that before I stick it in. It just gives the tube a little shape, makes it a little easier to stick in the wheel. So I lay the wheel on the side. You can see I have the bead of the tire off of the rim, and I will start by inserting the valve in the hole in the rim. And then I will work my way around the tire, tucking the tube into the tire. If this is a very tight fit, one trick is to apply a little talcum powder to the tube. Helps it slide in a little bit easier. Soap and water works too. Get this out of the way. Okay. You can see how the valve is crooked in there. I'll try to get the valve straight in the rim. And then let's just start working the bead onto the rim. Again, some tires are tougher and have a tighter fit than others. Let's see here with this one. I remember right, this one got pretty tight right at the end. Let some air out of this tube. Make my process a little easier. The bead is off of the rim right here, so I usually go from behind the wheel like I'm standing here, and it's just going to take a little bit of brute force to get this bead onto the rim. Now be careful with this step, because this is where you can pinch your tube again. This one just doesn't want to go on very easy. See, I can feel the rim in there. So here's another method. If the tire levers don't work, try this. Take some hand strength, come from behind, and pull that bead onto the rim. And this seems to be the method that's working here. I think Park Tool actually makes a tool that grabs the tire and pulls it on to the rim. I don't have one of those. Sometimes I wish I did. And this last step is going to, there, got it. Okay, so I've got the tire on the rim. Now I'm going to hook up my pump and pump away. If we've been successful, this tire should hold air now. If you get good air pressure in here, the tire will actually help hold the patch in place as well. Holding air. So there you have it, folks. That is how you patch and repair a flat tire.